Welcome to our fiveplex conversion here. We did a complete BRRRR on this property here, myself and my partner at Design to Suit. Nathan, he took care of a lot of this project here. He was the contractor on the job. So we went into this property together. So I'm gonna take you through it. We're gonna show you before, after, why it made sense to us and how we did value adds in almost every single unit. Let's check it out. This is our first unit here. So this was a big oversized 1-bedroom unit. Every single unit in this building, you're talking about almost 4,000 square foot building. We saw tons of potential because it was just undervalued. Anytime you're looking for a BRRRR project, it's all about maximizing value. This was a big open 1-bedroom. There was a closet that went here. Kitchen was there, 1-bedroom with no closet. So what we were able to do, we left the kitchen for plumbing's sake. So you always want to look where your plumbing, where your HVAC and everything is to keep it simple. You don't want to get crazy when you're doing these because at the end of the day, you are renting them to tenants. So remember, don't get crazy with finishes and everything like that. Vinyl flooring for durability. We went with a brand new kitchen on this side here. We ended up digging into the old bathroom there because there's a lot of useless space. It was a massive washroom. So now this bedroom has a closet, a window which was already there, and this whole open area here. This over here was, again, big open 1-bedroom. So we actually turned it into a 2-bed. So now you have a walk-in closet with a glass door. So you want that window. And then now you have a big open, nice living room. So huge dining area, living area. This unit was renting for about $700 to $800 before. And then now since we've taken it over, we're hoping to get anywhere from $19,000 to $2,000. So almost $1,000 update. Made sense because of the size. We knew we were able to put the second bedroom in here. So now we're maximizing the value of the property. Let's go check out unit 2. Now, one thing we did do, which is very expensive, so you really want to make sure you're maximizing making potential. We separately metered all 5 units for hydro purposes. So right on the side of the building here, everything is brand new. We had to upgrade the wiring anyways to a 400 amp system. You will need the city. You do need permits for all of these kind of things. Something to note, something to keep in mind when you're doing this, because again, now we don't have all inclusive units, which they were before. Heat and water will be included, and then they pay their own separate hydro. So it takes the bills off us. In the backyard, while we're out here, we did open up a little bit room here because we have a huge driveway here. So now we can add 2 more cars here, garage parking there, and we have a common room behind us, which you're gonna get down there for a coin-op laundry. So this is number 2. So this one here had a massive 1-bedroom unit. All of that was wide open. Kitchen was older and beat up, of course, everything was. Where we saw potential value, you already had windows on the wall. There was already closets there. We just cut it right off. So now you have 2 bedrooms with closets, with windows, nice vinyl flooring for durability, brand new kitchen in it, and it had like a wall through here that we got rid of, opened it up. So now you have an amazing, great 2-bedroom functional unit. The washroom was pretty good. So we left the tiles, brand new tub, brand new vanity, brand new toilet. You're trying to see what you can minimize, what you can't. This unit was underperforming the most. It had a $650 rent. So the guy that was here was paying $600. He actually had access to downstairs. So there was no coin-op laundry at all. So you'll see a little bit later on, the basement unit is now a 3-bedroom unit. 2 of those rooms were just a big storage. So this guy for $600 had storage, his own laundry, the whole basement, upstairs. So now this 2-bed should get $19,000 to $2,000 just like the front, but it's been cut off. So they have to go outside to get their laundry. But again, from a standpoint of owning the property, that is a huge value add because now we're getting income from the coin-op, separately metered hydro, and it's a 2-bedroom for higher rents. One thing to note is this guy kind of has a little separate some stairs. So we do understand that anytime you're going upstairs and this kind of thing, you'll get a little bit lower in rent. Okay, so this unit here was pretty straightforward. This was one of the, I don't want to say easiest, but simpler units to convert. It was, again, oversized 1-bedroom, seeing the theme here. This whole area was just open, which we then said, wait a minute, we got a window, 2 closets were already there. You already had a bedroom here. So now you have a nice big living space, 2 bedrooms over here. So you have 1 bedroom here, 1 bedroom here. Brand new kitchen throughout, brand new washroom. Everything through here is being finished up and done. And now you have a 2-bedroom unit. This one here was vacant when we took it over. So we're not too sure what the rents were here. From what we were told, it was around $700 to $800. We should get anywhere from $1,800 to $1,900 for this unit. Keeping that in mind, almost every single unit we brought up by almost $1,000. Furnace up here. So you have 2 furnaces in a building like this. The furnace is right here for efficiency's sake to cover this unit and the studio unit in the front, and then the basement will cover the other 3 units. Something to keep in mind when you're doing a big project, sometimes you're gonna have multiple furnaces or heat pumps or AC units, all things you gotta think about early on because it's gonna cost you more in terms of HVAC if you're moving things around. One quick note on this one here, we actually added both of these big window wells so that we can make the 2 bedrooms. There was one before that was here, not as big. We wanna do that for our 2 bedrooms, which you'll see later on. Alrighty. So this is our studio unit here. This was probably one of the more simpler renovations that we had. This unit was more of a cosmetic touch. They just had an oven over on this side here, which we kept the same. The fridge was just parked in the middle of the living room there. So we just made it a little cleaner, wrapped it up nice here, 2 big windows, great size unit for somebody, that single person out here. So this unit, actually one of the only units that we've rented out already. Put everything up, it's been less than a week. We had 2-3 applicants, pretty quickly one to go. So we left this one here, we just changed the vanity. Again, very simple conversion. This was probably the only unit that we had nothing to really do in it other than cosmetics. So very simple reno, kept it clean, get it rented out, and then on the market right away. So this is our 5th and final unit here. This one here went through one of the biggest transformations. This one here was a problem tenant. They actually had to pay him to go. It's called cash for keys. All right, we're down here. So they're gone officially. We're changing the locks right now. But this is what, it looked worse when they were here actually. Smoking all day. So overall though, it's a big unit. So we're probably gonna try to make it blow out this whole wall and go through, and then you can put 2 more beds over there. So like a big 3-bedroom with a nice washroom. Kitchen obviously is gonna go. I really hope there's nothing in that. To be honest, that could be really, I don't like snakes, not my thing. Not really looking forward to that one. This was the worst one that we knew we were gonna get, so basically gonna get absolutely demoed. This used to be a wall, and again, one thing to note on this, when you're gonna do a complete BRRRR and a complete reno in general, you gotta remember if you're doing an older home, you never know what you'll find. So actually what used to be right here where I'm standing was a sump pump pit that went down about 5 feet we had to fill. Things just come up, you'll always have that. I always say and recommend if you're gonna budget for something, let's say it's a 200 grand reno, you wanna budget for about 220 to 240, right? Keep about a 15 to 20% buffer as an extra what if cost. This one here now has 2 bedrooms back here, which like I mentioned earlier, the guy who was in the unit 2, he actually got access to all of this back here. So those 2 windows we added, now 2-bedroom here, and then we can come through here because this used to just block off and you come through here. This was a little bit wider, so we just made it more of a hallway and then added a bathroom there, and we have a brand new kitchen through here. So this actually used to stop right here. So he basically had all of this as an open area, and his kitchen was on the bedroom wall that's in there. We took the storage unit out over here, and there's another one there, made it a kitchenette, kitchen down here, and ideally, we will get more for rent if we can rent it to 3 students because we have Laurier that's about 8 minutes away, their campus in Brantford. So if we can, we'll do it. Again, you gotta think in mind, do I wanna worry about 3 different people, 3 students, finding them, all inclusive? You know, hit or miss, whatever comes first. If we got a nice family in here, ideally, because you have a nice big primary ensuite in here. Parents perfect, kids are there, but it's a great size unit with massive windows, natural light. You wanna make it so someone wants to live in here. At the end of the day, the guy that was down here, he wasn't paying his rent anyways, but I think he was supposed to be paying about $800. Hopefully $2,000 to $2,200 for this unit. If we can do the student way all inclusive, we'll make more money because we'll probably get about $800 to $900 a room. Pros and cons of both. So we'll see what comes first. We'll update you as you follow through on the channel. This was our last avenue of the property here. So again, this all was his storage unit. We made this now a coin op area, so we're not done in here. The place has been waterproofed. Again, waterproof, backflow valve, helps with insurance a little bit, but again, we wanna protect our asset, right? This is something that we're gonna hold for a long time. So we wanna just make sure everything, we dotted our T's, crossed our I's. That one was wrong, the other way around. We know what we're talking about. But anyway, so we have our washer and coin op that'll go in here. And in here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just tile the floor, gonna add about a 4-inch border and a baseboard that's gonna be tile, just in case we have a leak or anything like that. We don't want the water spilling out into the basement unit. It's gonna add to your performa. You're gonna get, you know, whether it be a couple $100 a month or not in rental, it adds up at the end of the year and it's used towards your performa. All right, so to wrap it up out here at the tour here, we're outside in the back. So we got a full garage here. Whether unit 1 or 2 wants the garage is basically what we're gonna add it as an extra charge for about $100 extra. You get a garage parking versus outside. If unit 1 gets it, they can go there, he can park in the front, and then unit 3 in the studio will be out back, if not vice versa. But what we really liked about this property is we have a massive area here with lots of potential. So whether down the road we want to add a laneway to the whole back, or we can keep the garage the way it is. And what we're going to do for now is just in the back over there, we have another storage area. So we're going to add lockers and rent each locker for about 50, 60 bucks. So again, it doesn't sound like a lot right now, but if you get about $250 for the lockers, another $200, $300 for coin op, just like that, you're making about $500, $600 extra from just renting out some extra space. That adds up at the end of the year, about $6,000. So again, little things like that are just how you add more value to a property in general. You got to be creative a little bit and think outside the box. And that's why we were able to cut some of the grass, add the extra parking. So we're going to raise the incomes. If you like this project and you learned something, smack the subscribe button below. Follow us along. We do a lot of projects projects, and we are a real estate team in the GTA, Etobicoke and Mississauga, and we do a lot of investing in projects outside in the southern Ontario horseshoe there. So if you like this video, follow along, subscribe. If you're curious, you want to do something like this, hit the Calendly link in the bottom and send me a message and we can chat about it today.